when you're in Italy, you go to Florence, you go to Tuscany, you go to Rome, you go to Venice, and you get to talk to like Machiavelli and the Medicis
cool. And all the Ninja Turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo. Renaissance Italy. No, not funny. Okay, I'm done. I'm out.
Leonardo da Vinci, maybe.
Do you mean DiCaprio?
Rated E for everything. You're here with Rated E for everything.
The podcast where we talk a little bit about a lot.
On this week's episode, we're going to be talking about traveling, sightsee, vacation spots, blue-ass water, baby. Going swimming in the islands, dog. All up on them sandy-ass beaches, yo.
I'm not doing this. I'm actually leaving.
I thought it would be a sick opener.
Totally. Yeah. Love it.
All right. So anyway, going to talk about our favorite vacation spots. I haven't been to that many places. I know you have, though. You've traveled literally across the country.
I can show you the world.
Shining, shimmering, splendid.
If you didn't do that, I would actually just quit this podcast.
That's fair. I think that's very fair. Anyways,
we're talking about destinations around the world and places I've been, places we want to go.
Or maybe some that are out of this world.
Dun, dun, dun. Dude, we are too hyper for this shit right now.
I'll take it. All right, up first, let's get into the Cami game.
The Cami game. Okay. Oh, gosh, I don't even know. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Chips.
Island.
Chips and island.
This one's kind of off the wall, but I'm just going to go for it because I think it's, once I explain it to you, because I know you're definitely not going to get it. But maybe I just have that little faith.
All right.
Feel my brain waves.
I don't think I feel them right now, but here we go. 3, 2, 1.
United
tortilla.
Kingdom.
We got
Okay, so I said that because I said
fish
island
and
fish and chips.
I get it.
All right.
I get it. I didn't think of it, but I get it.
No, that's fine.
So wait, what was it?
United Kingdom and tortilla. You said tortilla, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I think I have one.
I think I do too.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Beef.
Biscuit. God.
The people from don't they eat like a lot of beef in
Like beef
England?
Wellington.
Yeah, and then don't you put like beef in tortillas?
I don't even know. I think it's in bread.
No, I mean like if you get like a beef taco.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you were like, I don't know.
Never had a taco.
I said beef and you said biscuit. Do you remember the episode of Friends? Have you seen Friends?
Not enough.
Never mind. Do you remember where Rachel makes a dessert for Thanksgiving? Have you seen that one?
No, but I'm just going to go for it.
Okay, and I feel like we're going to say different things.
We are.
All right, that's fine.
3, 2, 1.
Shepherd's
Pot
pie.
Oh, we were close.
So she makes half a shepherd's pie and half a something else, like an actual dessert.
Man, I mean, it wasn't enough, but we got closer than I thought we would.
Listen, I'll take it.
Shepherd's pie. Pot pie.
Pot pie. Give us a half a point.
Yeah, we'll count that.
Okay. Would you like to take the first question, or would you like me to ask you?
Oh, yeah, we're going to do Q&A style. Did we say that?
No, but
Also-
we just did.
Also, welcome, and my name's Chanel, if you haven't been here yet.
and I'm Carl, baby.
Man, we are all over the place
That's
today.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I got a first question.
Okay.
What landmark in the United States would you most like to see?
Grand Canyon. Yeah. I don't know why. It just seems like you could just stand on the cliff and look out and just see this deep gorge that you could potentially just throw yourself into, and everything would
goals.
be over in like 1 second. But also like
It's beautiful.
the beauty of nature, dog, you know, like just the beautiful landscape before you, outstretched land. It's like the scene from The Lion King where Mufasa is like, everything the light touches is yours. That's how I would feel.
Except for that part, because I
stand-
said so.
Standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon and looking out and being like, wow, This
I
is
mean, the Grand
beautiful.
Canyon is a lot like that. It's gorgeous, and you can potentially die in like half a second,
hmm
but it's amazing.
And I think if I had to pick a second one, be them redwoods maybe.
I can't take you seriously today.
They're just so big, you know. Like, how could
So
you like go and be like,
thick.
I mean, I'm looking at a tree right now, and I'm like, yeah, that's like a normal sized tree. But imagine seeing a tree like freaking 15 times the size of that,
Even more so, I think.
like 100 times the size of that.
Yeah. If you put 100 of those in a bundle, it might equal a redwood trunk.
It's just so big and
I would love to
strong.
see that too. That's a good one.
All right.
Carl's on drugs today.
All right. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think those are my choices.
Those are good
Now.
ones.
All right, let me shoot this one your way. So you and Hannah and Cameron and Cammie actually traveled the consecutive United States from Illinois to the California coast.
Yes.
So, and you've also probably been many other places in the United States. And I'm going to say consecutive again because we're leaving out Hawaii and Alaska
Yes.
for this question.
Okay.
What is your favorite state that you've ever been to in the consecutive 48 states?
Utah.
Interesting.
I know.
Why?
I would not have ever picked that before I was there.
Salt Lake City, baby.
Yeah, I wasn't even near Salt Lake.
Nice.
But
That's the only thing I know about Utah.
honestly, me too. Before I went, I did not think whatsoever that I would give a shit about Utah. I never heard anything about it, and I figured it'd be kind of like driving through Iowa, which is
I was so whack.
the most boring.
Actually,
drive.
I wouldn't know, to be fair, because I've never been west of the Mississippi River.
Mm.
So
Okay,
This is
yeah,
a-
you
this
have
is a-
no opinion.
it's a fun fact for you.
Iowa is just nothing. There's nothing, and that's how I assumed Utah would be, and it's actually freaking gorgeous.
Really?
Like, the whole time we were driving through the state, mind you, we went like through the meat of the whole state, like middle, so we were there for quite some time. The whole time it was just like gorgeous redwood, gorgeous red rock, just everywhere. Like,
Okay.
like not as amazing as the Grand Canyon, but
Mhm.
pretty freaking close for the whole state.
That's awesome. That sounds really cool, actually.
It's beautiful, and like I said, I never would have guessed it. And when I tell people that, they're like, "What? Utah?" I'm like, yeah, Mormons got to figure it out.
That sounds awesome. I think one of the most beautiful states for me to drive through is Pennsylvania.
I've actually never been there.
Really?
Well, I lied. I think I flew there for like a layover, but I haven't actually been there.
My dad and I drove to D.C. a couple of years back, and we drove through Indiana, whack. Ohio, also pretty whack. It's the same as Indiana, just
Yep.
cornfields and trailer parks for miles around.
Yep.
But you get to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
That was what I was gonna say.
That's the pinnacle.
Pennsylvania, and it's like curvy roads through big forests, and you drive through a mountain, and you're like winding on these roads that go up and down, and you're looking all around. You're like, look at the nature, look at the trees. Like, you just realize that this country is so big and beautiful, and that there's so much nature all around you that we don't appreciate it as much as we should.
I really agree with your message, but with your voice, I can't handle. Like, yes, definitely, but also, dude, what? Yeah, Utah. We pulled over at like a random. It was like a random rest stop in the middle of nowhere. There's
Yeah.
like no gas stations around,
Uh-huh.
and this rest stop is like an outhouse, and it's like a hole in the ground.
Awesome.
There's one. That's it. But
Oh, you're not kidding.
no, yeah, and
Sick.
but around it was like we were at this freaking state park. Like, it was gorgeous. It looked like Pride Rock mixed with the Grand Canyon, and it was amazing.
Wow.
And it was one of my favorite parts of the trips. And who would have known?
Yeah,
And-
that's awesome.
Pennsylvania sounds a lot like what I hear people talk about Maine, like the forest and the trees and the colors and just really beautiful. And
Maine.
yeah, like every like beginning of a rom-com ever looks like that.
I'd say that's pretty accurate. All right.
Which country do you think would be like the most exotic vacation?
I need a definition of exotic, please.
Up for interpretation.
That doesn't help.
Just
like
wild
food
and like,
wise or people wise or
give me one of both.
oh, and I had more actually. I was gonna say like nature wise.
All right, I guess it's just a cumulative of all of those.
I think the most exotic for me definitely would be someplace like India. I feel like that would just be a totally different atmosphere for me.
Oh yeah,
Just like walking through the streets of like, let's go
I'm gonna
New
find
Delhi
out.
because I know that for a fact that that's in India.
Okay.
Anyway, but like walking through the streets of that place and it's like super. I mean, it's pretty dirty. India's
Not a sanitary place.
yeah, but it's something totally different. I think that's why I would pick that is because it's something. There's people all around. The food's totally different. Um, less white people, I guess. and I don't mean that to be like racist, but it's like people you don't know what language they're speaking. I mean, I don't know Hindi.
Well, there's like 14. No, there's a lot of languages in India.
Is it really?
There's tons.
All right, well then
like the
you
most
just,
ever, I believe.
You're just supporting my like point even more because it would
You
just be
don't know
totally
anything
different.
about it.
What?
You don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
exotic
That's
to
why
you.
it's exotic.
That sounded like an insult. I meant it like that's why it's exotic. Everything is brand new.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Because I would just be walking the streets and be like, "Oh, hey, do you know where my hotel is?" And they'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like,
What are you
"Okay,
saying?"
well, I'll figure it out."
Yeah, I feel like India is just buzzing with life, and there's just people all over. It's
yeah.
very. I feel like it has to be community driven because everyone's just
Mhm.
together all the time. It's not super wealthy in some places,
Yeah.
so it's a whole different world, and the fresh markets and the food, and I'm pretty sure they're really good at curry, which sounds great right now.
Okay. And then when I hear exotic, I think of instantly like an island. So like
Yeah.
Madagascar,
Right.
Sri Lanka, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then India to me is something because those are like vacation spots. Like those are exotic vacation spots, but
Yeah.
India is something that's totally new and different, something I've never experienced before. And unless I go, probably something I'll never experience, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's definitely why I would pick that. Anywhere in like the Asian, like the continent of Asia, I feel like would be totally different and a whole different experience and probably change your outlook on life just based on seeing the way people live differently on
Yeah, absolutely.
the other side of the world pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to. Honestly, I'd love to go anywhere, so I can't
Yeah.
really.
Have you ever traveled outside of the United States?
I have. Yeah, not
Well,
super
that's my
far.
question, but okay. You go
Yeah,
ahead.
not super far out of the United States, but yes, technically.
Where have you been?
I went to Mexico,
Okay.
the Bahamas,
Yeah.
Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic, Canada, and
Canada.
I think that's it.
Canada seems nice. I'd like to go to Canada.
I was in Canada for like a few hours,
Oh.
so it wasn't like an extended stay.
I'm going to change my answer partially for the landmark question.
Uh-huh.
Niagara Falls is definitely on there.
Dude, Niagara Falls is only an 8-hour drive, and I've been trying to get people to go. Let's
Well,
go.
I'd
Like,
be
why not?
Super down for that because that sounds pretty awesome, actually. I'd
Yeah.
love to go to Niagara Falls.
Get your passport, and we'll go on the Canadian side because I heard it's more interactive and fun to be on.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do
probably,
it.
All right. It'll probably take 3 months for me to get a passport, but
That's fine.
yeah,
We'll drive to
dumb.
Niagara Falls for a weekend, and we'll do a podcast while we're there.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm down for that. Actually, and to go back to what we were discussing about places you've been to outside the country, my school just went to Costa Rica. Like the Spanish-speaking students who have been taking Spanish for 2 or more years, they went.
You missed out.
No, I could have went. I just chose not to.
Why?
It was expensive.
Awkward silence. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I didn't want to be like, I'm too poor, bitch, but that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it is.
That's fair. I understand.
I'd
that.
rather just save my money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it
smart
would be
move.
nice, but then I feel like if I save money now and then I go to college and I don't have a lot of loans or debt, that I could maybe go on a nice trip or something following finishing college or travel somewhere.
See,
that.
I'm such an opposite mind of you
Really?
because I'm very like,
Spur of the moment.
let's go today because I might die tomorrow. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
How am I going to plan 4 years out? How am I going to know if I'm even alive?
yeah, I don't really think like that. I have to have a plan. Like it has to be step by step for me. It's like, okay, so I'm going to graduate high school. Okay, then I'm going to go to college. Okay, and then I'm going to get a job. Okay, and then I'm going to like get married and start a family and buy a house and blah, blah, blah. And it's like the whole thing is I have to plan it out.
You're very cookie cutter in the timeline there.
Yeah.
But I guess it's through learned experience of time is fleeting. So I want to go now.
That's
and
fair.
I want to
Yeah.
do what I want to do in case I can't one day.
I get your point.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
get
different
both sides.
mindsets.
It's
Yeah.
just totally different ways of thinking. I
Exactly.
mean, you're probably planning better for your future. I mean, I spend my money like no other. It's horrible, and I don't have money to spend. And you're gonna be like, oh, I'm saving up for 4 years. Like I've never saved for 4 years. I take a vacation like once a year.
Yeah, you see, and I haven't been on vacation since like 2014.
I think I would die. I would just fall over and die.
Really? So
Yeah.
6 years? Yeah, I think the last vacation I went on was when I went to Disney World with my papa.
I think I just save money on therapy and go on trips instead. I need it. I need it.
I mean, I get it. I feel like once you've started traveling, you can't stop.
There's so many places I want to go.
It's like an addiction.
It is. I want to go everywhere. Like nowhere seems off limits. I'm very wrong, but like that's how my mindset is right now.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm sort of lost. Is it my question or your question?
I think it's mine because you asked where I've been.
And then, yeah.
Out of
Okay,
the
you go
country.
ahead.
Where would you most like to try the food around the world?
Like what country?
Yeah, what country?
I'd like to go to my home and native land of Italia and see what they got cooking over there.
Yeah. I just found out I'm part Italian. Not enough to say that I'm Italian, but I am. We made it.
Nice.
That was a high five, guys.
Yeah, I'm like mostly Italian, and everyone's like, it's totally different over there, and I'm like, okay, well
Let's go.
let's see it then, you know.
Let's find some family and hang out.
I'm definitely interested in going to, just Italy in general, but definitely to try the food because, I mean, I know it's stereotypical, like I'm Italian, I love Italian food. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. Well,
But you do.
it's because it's great.
Who doesn't love Italian food?
Exactly.
If you don't, you're wrong. You heard it here again. Our opinions
are right.
true and factual.
Yeah, so I think that I would just love to travel all over Italy and just be like, yeah, just give me the food. Just let me shovel it in my face. It's fine. Give me whatever you got.
I heard like they're so family centric that even if you found like a fourth cousin that you might be related to, they're gonna just like welcome you with open arms. Like, let me show you this world.
And I'll be like, Vaf Napoli.
Like, I have no idea the factualness of that, but I've heard it from quite a few people. So
I think that
don't quote me on
I
that.
could probably find some sort of distant family member who probably still lives over there.
Do you know like where you're from over there?
No.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I
But-
figured that your mom would know.
I could definitely ask my grandma because she's got like records of all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
I think my great grandfather came here from Italy. Like,
Oh, so
like
not that
halfway
far.
through his life.
Not that far back.
No. Yeah. Grandpa Jasper. On my dad's side.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure.
So you're Italian on both sides then.
Uh-huh.
So you're like really Italian.
Yeah, exactly. And that every time I tell people that, they're like, really? I thought you were Irish. And I'm like,
It's because Carl's a redhead.
get out of my face, man.
I don't know if you guys know that. Carl's a redhead, so.
I remember being at a doctor's office one time, and he was like, oh, so you have red hair. Does that mean you're Irish? And I was like, nah, man, I'm Italian. He's like, oh, really? And he's like, that's pretty cool, actually. I don't know that many like redheaded Italians who have brown eyes, too. And he started talking to me and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't even know where I'm from in Italy, man. Like, you're asking me too many questions
See,
right
the
now.
Italian, they just dive in.
I know. He was like, I'm Italian, too, actually. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, maybe we're related. It's my
Sorry.
fourth cousin. I'll hook you up so you can go visit him in Sicily.
Not Sicily. I'm not from Sicily.
Why?
I know I'm not from Sicily.
Okay. You seem so salty. He doesn't like you Sicilians. He just said it live. Well, it's not live. He said it out loud.
So.
Would you want to see Rome?
Of course.
I didn't know if it was like too touristy or if you wanted to like
No,
get
I
down
don't
to your
care.
roots.
I'd go to Venice. I'd go to Florence. I'd go to Rome, Tuscany. I feel like the
Yes.
Tuscany
Mm,
countryside is just like
beautiful.
beautiful. I'd go there to try some wine
Yeah.
when I'm old enough.
Yeah, not now. Wait, Europe, can't you drink at 18 though?
I'm not gonna chance it.
Yeah, when he's old enough, unsure when.
Like I said, after college, so I will be old enough.
Yeah, totally.
And then, definitely the food in Rome and in Florence and Venice, and I'd like to go to Pompeii and see what that's all
Pompeii.
about, and try the food there, just from all the different parts of Italy. Just like start at the top and just make my way down and
Just a
try
little snaky
everything.
snake down
yeah,
to the
and try
bottom.
everything that's different from all over. I think that would be really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm making my mouth water thinking about it.
Yeah, right? Like food break.
Yeah, right. All right. What is the place that you want to travel the most out of the whole world? Like if someone was like, here's 2 tickets for a week to your like anywhere in the world, where would it be? Where would you go?
Like right now.
Yes, today. If
Today.
someone knocked on the door and was like, "Yo, I got 2 tickets for you," and you're like, "What?" And they're like, "Wherever you want." And you're like, "For real?" And they're like, "Yep, we'll pay no expense. We'll pay for everything."
Dang. That would be the dream.
Yeah,
first of
exactly.
All. That would be the dream. I'm kind of torn. I have 3 places that I really want to go right away. I want to go everywhere, but right away. I think my number 1 answer would be Greece. I want to see the history in Greece.
After my heart.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
because
Greece.
I would say the same thing.
For real?
Yeah. Yes.
Dang.
People have asked me that question in school when they're doing like getting to know you activities. Every time I'm like, Greece.
I want to. There's so much history. Like it's so much further back than anything we've ever known. Like we as Americans don't know enough about what even history is. Like we barely have any.
Yeah, exactly. We're only a 200-year-old country.
Yeah, and Greece is just it's ancient. It's ancient Greece. Like they still have buildings from what, thousands of years ago?
Yep.
Amazing. Like and just also like Santorini, the beauty of that, like even the modern Greece. It's like
I know. Right? It's amazing.
The waters, the mountain, the cliffs, the history, the buildings, the architecture, the art.
Yeah.
Oh, it just seems like a dream.
And you know what? Unpopular opinion, Greek food is good.
Oh yeah.
I love Greek food.
I love it too. I'm not very picky, so but yeah,
and
I love Greek food.
And my mom took me on my 6th or maybe a couple, I don't know when, but she took me to the Greek Isle downtown.
Yeah.
And I ate there for the first time. And oh my God. I love it. That's one of my favorite places to go eat for like special occasions and things like that. So
all I'm hearing you say is
let's go to Greece.
Travel podcast.
One of my teachers this school year, because that was a question in our getting to know you activity, said that you can get a really cheap deal on a cruise around the Grecian islands.
I love cruises, but I'm like cruised out. Like I want to go stay somewhere. Like I don't want to be on a boat.
Yeah.
Especially
but I'd like to see everything.
Yeah. But
you know what I mean?
There's like trains and planes and
automobiles.
Yep. That's it.
I think the place that I want to go to the most in Greece is, I know this is basic and I don't even care, Athens. Just Athens is
the Acropolis. Is it? That's what it's called, right?
Yeah. The Parthenon.
I watched like a 3-hour special on the architecture of the Parthenon, and it's
insane.
It's phenomenal. It's bizarre. It's so different. Nothing in that building is symmetrical. Not a single thing.
That's awesome.
But it looks perfect.
They had it going on. They knew what they were doing.
How even?
Let me put you on real quick. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, yes.
That will satisfy your Greek traveling needs.
I don't think so.
If anything, it'll make it worse.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. Like seeing the way they portray ancient Greece in that game. Well, you see me play it.
We can do a whole nother podcast on Greek gods, by the way. Just thought of that.
Chanel, you're going to make me cry.
I know you love me.
That is something that I've wanted to talk about with somebody for so long.
I got you.
Because I read all the Percy Jackson books and then all the following storylines of that combines Greek and Roman mythology.
Oh, yeah.
And I did all my research, and I think it's so cool, and I would be so down to do that because no one ever wants to talk about Greek mythology with me. No one wants to talk about mythology with me, period, because I would be down to do an episode on,
Norse
and Egyptian.
And Egyptian. Oh, my gosh. My living room is decorated with Egyptian gods because I think it's just such a beautiful, beautiful mythology, religion, all of the above.
I'm all flustered over here. But what Grecian island do you think you would want to travel to most?
Santorini.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. And it's very, like, I guess shallow. It's just because it's so beautiful.
Really?
Just to look at. And I know it's actually not a great place. Like, there's high crime rates. And
awesome.
It's a little bit dangerous to be there, so I've heard. But it's just gorgeous. It's these white, beautiful, pristine buildings. on a cliffside on a hill, and it also looks really cool for parkour. Parkour.
Yeah, I think I would definitely go to Athens. I think that would be the move right there for me. Whatever. I know that's like part of the mainland of Greece, I'm pretty sure, as I'm looking at a map right now.
Yeah.
But that would definitely be, and then if not, you see, I would have to look at the map on the video game because I know that sounds dumb.
No,
but
it's for real. That's how I learned New York with Spider-Man.
But there are places in Assassin's Creed Odyssey that I've been to that I'm like, oh my god, this is beautiful. And I'm sure that a lot of the architecture that they built in the game is now old ruins.
Oh,
and I'm like, wow, that would be so cool to see now.
Yeah.
So I would have to look and try to remember. But I know I remember liking Sparta. That's another really nice ancient city. I just love it so much. And that game is so great.
Gosh. I just feel like that's one vacation where there'd be no relaxing. I would just continually hit as many museums and beautiful landmarks and places that I wanted to learn about instead of like just chilling. Like, I'm not chilling on the beach that vacation. I'm seeing as much as I can.
I am in full agreement with you.
Yep, we're going. Sorry, college, you can wait.
That's fine. I'll just take a break.
Never goes back. I live here now.
Lives in Greece for the rest of my life.
But yeah, I feel you on the video game because I literally know streets of New York because I played Spider-Man so much.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually so awesome.
It's great because I didn't know anything about it. My brother like sells stuff over there, so he always talks about like the main cities. And I had no idea what he was talking about. And then I played Spider-Man, and I was like, dude, I can tell you what street that's on. Like, it's
that's
bad.
Awesome.
It's bad.
I honestly give Assassin's Creed as a series props to me loving history so much.
Really?
Yes, because when I started playing Assassin's Creed 2, when I was in 4th or 5th grade, maybe 6th grade, I don't know. That was when I got interested in like Italy more, just in general, and wanting to learn about my heritage as an Italian, and then just wanting to go to the country too. And then that just progressed into me wanting to learn about the Renaissance. Yeah. That's wrong.
The Renaissance it's a period in time. It's in Italy.
Okay, then I'm right. Yeah, because that's so interesting to me. I remember in freshman year when I was learning about that in world history, I was like, oh yay, my favorite part of history. Like, and that's why I think that I'm in love with history so much, is because those video games have literally taught me like a lot of things about history, which is odd.
Kind of amazing.
But it's also
most people
really
talk
cool.
down about video games, but
there's
so many pluses too.
I actually, because they import like real characters from the real world into these video games, and you interact with them, and then it's cool. Like you in Assassin's Creed 2, when you're in Italy, you go to Florence, you go to Tuscany, you go to Rome, you go to Venice, and you get to talk to like Machiavelli and the Medicis
and all the Ninja Turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo. Renaissance Italy. No, not funny. Okay, I'm done. I'm out.
Leonardo da Vinci, maybe.
You mean DiCaprio?
He is in the game.
Oh gosh.
The Borgias.
How did we get here?
I don't know. You brought up Greece, and then I was just like,
the world's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a question for you.
Wait, I think it's my question, but go ahead. I'd like to hear yours anyways.
If you could travel to any fictional location, where would it be? And besides Hogwarts?
You know me so well.
I know, I do. And if you can't think of one, you can talk about Hogwarts. I don't care.
I was just going to ask if like the creatures in that fiction also exist, because like I was thinking, like Lord of the Rings. Bro. But I also don't want to get lit on fire.
Let's go Lord of the Rings after Aragorn is like, I'm the king now, bitch.
So like
when everything is chill.
Middle Earth would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would choose that. It's so pretty. I also really want to go to New Zealand in general. So if I'm going to a fictional New Zealand, seems even cooler.
I would definitely pick Middle Earth too.
Middle Earth is cool. My next one was, I was going to say Star Wars, but I don't think I'm that interested in space, honestly. Like going to space. I think space is amazing, but I don't really want to be in space.
All right, well, I'll just cross that question off my list.
Oh,
I was gonna ask you. I was gonna be like, if you could pick any planet, like in the universe, fictional or real, where would you want to go?
Well,
But
I would
never.
still pick one, but like the actual traveling through space just seems so horrible on a person.
Yeah, and to me that space is so cool that I don't even give a shit what it would do to me. I'd just be like, I'm going to space.
But there's like,
Yes.
if you, besides like, I don't know, Star Wars and like Guardians, where they're like, hyperdrive, we're exactly where we need to be.
Mhm.
And like, time has no concept here. But like in
I know
real
you're
life,
thinking of Interstellar, where he like leaves and then comes
Well-
back, and his daughter's dead like 80 years later, and he hasn't aged at all.
I'm thinking of that concept, not particularly Interstellar, but there's a show called Love, Death, and Robots, and there's a
Oh.
really messed up short about it, like
Really?
where they get thrown off track and end up like aging 40 years, and they can't go back, and like all their family's dead at home already, and it's just really scary, and I don't think it's worth it. Besides the point, we're gonna go with Middle Earth because it's really pretty.
Middle Earth seems awesome. I think I would specifically in Middle Earth, because I agree with you. If I had to pick a fictional place, definitely would be Middle Earth. I would definitely want to go visit Rivendell.
Oh yeah,
Like that.
Oh,
that would be where I would
yes.
stay the most.
the waterfalls,
And
also the architecture,
Also, elves.
also the gorgeous people.
Uh-huh.
Well, elves.
And then I think after that it would be, and I'm gonna start listing places, and you're gonna be like, huh? Because you talked about this before that you're not as into it, but you probably know the cities. I would definitely go to.
decent amount.
I would definitely go to Gondor.
That's the fiery one, right?
That's the one. No, Gondor is where Aragorn, like you know how in the last movie they take that back, the last city
Mm-hmm.
that is all like marble and nice.
Yes.
That's Gondor.
Okay. That's where. I don't know which one's which, but there's like Saruman and Solomon or whatever.
Yeah.
The white guy,
Uh-huh.
the white wizard guy.
Yes, Saruman.
Is he from there with the marble stuff, or am I just
No,
way
that's
off?
no. He's got his own little castle.
What people are from Gondor?
Boromir.
Oh, so like normal people.
Yeah, like humans.
Oh,
and that's
okay.
where that's like the capital of the human
Okay. All right. I think I know
of
what
the
you're talking
human
about.
cities,
Not
I'm
enough.
pretty sure.
to-
But that's because that's where Aragorn rules. Like that's where the
okay.
that's where the humans rule from is Gondor.
Okay. I think it'd be really cool to go in the mountains where the dwarves live too.
The Misty Mountain.
Yeah, sure. I'm not.
No, that's from The Hobbit. That's where they go in that movie.
Okay. Then yeah, I think that is gorgeous.
Where Smaug is chilling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it would
That's
just be cool to meet all the races. Like
Truly.
the dwarves and then the
Ooh,
elves. And
I thought
then-
of a good one too though. Have you ever played any of the Zelda games?
No. But you would want to go to where Breath of the Wild takes place.
Well, one of the places it's like the water palace.
Okay.
It's called Zora's Domain,
Uh-huh.
and it's just like these. It kind of looks like Elsa's castle, but like more elegant and nice, and surrounded by waterfalls and like tropical plants. I don't know. It's really pretty.
That sounds cool.
It's really pretty. I think
Is that
that'd be
from
cool.
Breath of the Wild?
It's in all of them.
Oh, okay.
They all generally take place
In
in
the
the
same
same places.
region?
Yeah.
So they're coming out with the second one?
Yes. It also might be multiplayer, which seems crazy.
Sounds interesting.
That's never happened.
Really?
Yeah. So
No, now you got me thinking of places I would want to go from a video game world.
yeah, all of them.
Yeah. This is going to sound stupid, and I'd probably get murdered if I went here, but I really would like to travel to the new game, Cyberpunk 2077 City.
Oh yeah.
I don't even care that the crime rate is like extraordinarily high or
You
that
will get
I would
dead.
I would just walk down the street and get clapped. It's fine. I just think it would be cool to see people with like robotic enhancements and like
Yeah.
all tricked out with like sick cars and that cars that fly, and then like I don't know, watch people get like gunned down in the street
That's
with like
Carl's-
with a robot gun hand. Like
Carl's
isn't that
i-
awesome?
Carl's idea, like of like the most blissful place on earth, is watching someone get gunned down. Just move to Compton, like
No, but that's
just throw
that's
some tinfoil
different.
on someone's arm. No,
Why Compton? I could just
snort it.
I could just go to the west side of Chicago, man.
Yeah, for real.
It's fine.
It's closer. Anyways, I guess that's my question. What do you think is the most fascinating building in the world that you would like to see?
I think I gotta go the classic one there, Chanel. Gonna have to be the pyramids at Giza,
Yes.
because how did
How?
they build those?
How even?
How'd you do it?
The latest theory I heard is that they used pulleys and kites.
I am in full belief that it was aliens.
Aliens.
For sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Conspiracy theory episode part 2.
Yeah. By the way, I gotta talk to you about that. I have a friend who wants to do part 2.
Oh, I saw that
Yeah.
comment on our Facebook
Yeah.
post.
Shout out to Dave.
Hey, we gotta have you on the show, man.
We
You're gonna
want
be
you.
famous.
We want you there. Yes, the pyramids, amazing. I don't think there's a single picture that can do those justice. Because, like, you see the pyramid and you're like, wow, that's amazing. It's large. But then, like, you see a picture of someone standing next to it and you're like, whoa, that's, like, really large.
No, you can see them from space.
I know.
It's nuts.
And they're so perfect.
I know.
Wow.
I'm gonna hit you with another
That's a good one.
Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Assassin's
We're
Creed.
just plugging it. Please
Origins.
sponsor us.
Yeah, Ubisoft. Hit me up.
Yeah.
I'm down.
We got you.
Assassin's Creed Origins takes place in Egypt. Pyramids, beautiful. They have like all the architecture.
You're just Trump-handed.
Like
It's the beautiful. It's the best. The best. I'm not gonna put this in there. We're staying away from politics. Never mind.
Anyway,
Continue.
it's so beautiful. Like the pyramids are like brand new and pristine. Like they have the little. I mean, they know they still have them now, but they have the little gold topper part,
Yeah.
like at the very tip. But it's all brand new, and you like can stand in the top of them and look around, and it's amazing. And they have the Sphinx that's in perfect condition in Egypt. I wouldn't want to go to Egypt now,
No.
but I would definitely want to go to Egypt in ancient Egypt. I think that would be awesome.
You would die at like 19, but it'd be fun.
It would all be worth it.
Yeah, I would love to go to Egypt. I know that there's a lot of customs that I have to learn and follow as a woman first that I don't know.
All right, I'll go there for you.
But yeah, take some nice selfies or something.
As a person with a penis, I don't have to worry about those problems.
True. Yeah, I heard you can get snatched up pretty easy out there too.
And then I think the other one that I would want to go to is the pyramid.
Also the pyramids again.
Oh, the pyramids.
Twice.
I would want to go there twice as opposed to anywhere else. No, the Great Wall of China for sure.
Those are awesome picks.
Those
Truly
also
awesome.
not done justice because
Yeah.
that thing is massive too. You can see that from space as well. Like,
Yeah, those are good picks. I was thinking the Taj Mahal.
you know what? That flashed through my mind too.
Yeah.
But then I was like, man, I just think ancient Egypt is sick. So
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
that was
even-
better picks. I guess I didn't really think far into it.
No, it's okay. I mean,
No.
the Taj Mahal is cool, but
The structured whatever building that I'd like to see most is Machu Picchu, like in Peru.
Machu Picchu looks awesome. That looks
Amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
I think
would
that
love
would
to
be
be there.
really cool. I think that would be the only place in South America that I would travel to.
Machu Picchu would be incredible,
Mhm,
and
I
also
agree.
they have like tribal hand tattoos that I would love to get.
Really?
I would absolutely adore it. That, and I know you can get one from the oldest tattoo artist in the world. She's a very old woman that does hand tapped ones in the Philippines.
That sounds
And
awesome.
you have to like journey up a a mountain to go see her.
We are on top of it today.
Yeah, we're just everywhere today.
Yeah, I think Machu Picchu would be really cool. That's another thing when I was in world history freshman year, when we started learning about ancient South American civilizations, I was like, man, this is gonna suck. And then we got into it, and I was like, oh, I did. Actually, it's the total opposite of that.
Yeah, it's so cool. So cool.
It's so interesting. Ancient civilizations are fascinating.
I
History
found
is
out
so
that I'm
dope.
Mayan.
What?
I found out that
Which
I'm Mayan.
is so cool.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
I'm proud of that.
I would be. Why wouldn't you be?
Like a solid percentage of it too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's so
I could have gone to school for free and I had no idea.
That blows.
I'm a little upset that I
Actually,
didn't do
that
this like
blows.
5 years ago. It's not fair. It's an $80,000 mistake.
Yeah, really. My
your turn.
question?
Yeah.
If there is any place you could travel in any time, so if you could get into a time machine and go anywhere in the world, where would you go? I probably already know the answer to this, besides ancient Greece, because I know you would pick that one too.
Yeah.
It's a tough question.
That is. I have like 6 going through my mind. I think first of all, I want to see like the Mayan Empire or
Yeah.
even the Aztec Empire. So somewhere in southern of North America. I know. I know that was a roundabout way of saying that. I think I would want to see ancient China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. That'd be cool.
The time period was so beautiful, innovative, and also the culture at that time,
Yeah.
just the lifestyle seems. Besides, the massive amounts of killing, it seems really respectful. If you just nix that part.
Obviously, besides ancient Greece, I think I'd have to pick also feudal Japan.
Oh, interesting. Why?
Samurais.
Cool. I think we'd get so dead, but
I don't even care. I just think that Japan has come so far, and I think to see it in its sort of beginning will be real interesting.
A lot of their architecture from then kind of stayed till now.
I know.
The style of it.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen, like, when I was reading about it, again in history, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, the history of Japan is just really interesting. Ancient history of Japan is interesting to me, and I think that it would be something really cool to go back and see how they changed as a culture, or where they came from anyway.
Yeah. I would like to go to modern Japan. I feel like they're from the future.
Oh my God.
It's so cool.
I feel like the United States could really learn a lot from just other countries.
Yes. I'm not going to dive into that, but absolutely yes.
And I'm only going to say this by improving our transportation system. Bro, bullet trains exist and we have the technology. Why don't we do it? Oh, no.
Because we're not that punctual for anything. Have you been to the L? Like, every train is late.
I actually don't have any words to say about that.
Good old Chicago.
Sweet home Chicago.
Yeah. All right. Where is your favorite place that you have been? I know you said you haven't been many places, but there's got to be one.
The land where dreams come true.
Disney World?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's such a good answer.
Okay, well let me just tell you, there's a very short list of places I've been. So let me clarify. Southern Illinois.
Okay, nothing.
St. Louis.
Corn, more corn and a small arch.
Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, good cheese. Mm-hmm.
Madison,
cheese
Wisconsin.
and bed bugs. Madison's okay.
Madison's nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kokomo, Indiana.
No, hard pass. Keep going.
Other parts of rural Indiana.
Still pass. Just kidding. I love you, Indiana, except for Kokomo.
I drove through Ohio, and I drove through Pennsylvania, and have been to Washington, D.C.
D.C. is okay.
And that is everything.
So Disneyland. Disney World. Disney World.
So, obviously, there's not a whole lot to pick from.
Yeah.
But definitely would have to be Disneyland.
Disney World. Florida, right?
Yes, my bad.
World.
Disney World, Florida. I want to go again.
Disney everything.
They're doing it up down there, and I want to be a part of it.
Are we going this year?
I would like to. Hopefully in December 2020. Check it out. Podcast from Disney World, baby.
Yo.
Disney vlog from the plane. Recording on the plane.
We'll record live.
On the plane.
On the plane. Snakes on the plane.
It's a good movie.
But for real, let's go to Disney. I'm gonna crash your trip.
I don't care.
I'm gonna meet you there.
That's fine.
I'll just show up.
Why meet us there? Come on, I want to try.
Because it's like a you and your mom trip.
Yes, come with us to Disney, and Hannah too, and come with us on the plane, and do the things.
I'm gonna ask your mom first, but I would love to.
Okay, well, it's my trip because she told me my 8th grade year that when I graduated, we were gonna go to Legoland. And then we didn't.
Oh.
And then she said that when I graduated high school, we would immediately go to Disney World. And that's not happening until December of the following year. So this year.
That counts.
I know.
That counts.
But anyway.
Yeah, I would love to go.
It's my trip, so you're coming.
I've been trying to go since like November last year. So
I know, I remember.
Yeah. So we're going to go.
I'd be down.
We're going to go. I'll start saving now.
Extraordinarily large amounts of money.
I'm not. I'm going to live frugally and hang out with Mickey. Yep. That's the plan.
Hey, listen. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I'll be there though.
Yeah, exactly.
Small point that has nothing to do with this podcast. Well, kind of. I'm talking about Epcot around the world, so that counts. I think that if you're at a country in Epcot that allows you to drink at 18, you should be able to drink at 18 in that country section.
I think that we should stop talking about underage drinking on the podcast.
It's not underage if it's legal. I'm just saying, if it's legal there, it's no longer a problem. I'm saying what ifs. I'm not saying Carl's never touched alcohol.
Where in the world
is Carmen Sandiego? Silence.
Do you think you would want to travel to see the animals? Like, where would you want to go to see the most exotic and cool animals?
Africa. I want to go on a legit, not like a touristy safari. I would like to go on a safari with like a legitimate, like someone who's from there, and it's not touristy and it's very natural as you can be when you're invading their homes. But I don't know. I think it would be amazing, and I don't think I have enough fear like I should to stay alive.
You see, and that's the thing that's holding me back from going to Africa is like the 4 genocides that are happening down there right now still.
If I die, I die.
Oh, pretty zebra. Oh, and then
shot in the skull. All right, one more question. We're done. If you and I were going on a trip right now and you wanted to learn things, where would we go?
What the fuck do you mean by that?
like Jesus, don't take that the wrong way. Like, legitimately learn things about the place we're going to.
Like the history,
just places to go.
Besides my obvious choices of Italia and Grecia, because that would definitely be the 2 places.
All right, I'm picking a new question.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was gonna actually answer you.
Okay, if you want.
I would think I would say France.
Why?
I think that their history is really interesting and unique in that they were constantly at war, and also Napoleon, which is really cool, and also the architecture and the art and how that's just such a capital of things in the world. Like, again, architecture, fashion, design, food. Yep. It's insane. Like, to go there now would be crazy, but also to go and learn about the history, because I've always thought that, I'm gonna bring it up one more time, Assassin's Creed Unity, French Revolution. I think that whole time period is so interesting because it seems like, and also Les Mis, which is another French Revolution. They're not the same. They're 2 different time periods. And I think that learning about both of those would be interesting, and also learning about the French, how they helped the United States more in the Revolutionary War, and how they were constantly at war with Britain. Yeah. And I think that their history is really cool. And I think if I had to pick another place to go to learn about things, and also maybe I could, if I was so inclined, I could be like, oh, maybe I'll go to I would obviously go to the Louvre. But I would go there to learn about the art and I
would love that. I would love it.
And I'm not a super artsy person, but I would go because that's insane. You know what I mean? Like, that's so cool. Words can't describe how cool the building is. Already so awesome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then also the famous art pieces and stuff that are there is just top notch. And then just, walk to the Eiffel Tower and be like, that's cool. Like, that's so
just all of
rad.
France, honestly.
And also Versailles and the countryside is neat. And
I really, really, really thought you were gonna pick Germany, just because of the history.
Really?
I really did. I don't know why. I just thought that would be like the first thing out of your mouth.
I think if I had to pick another place, definitely be Russia.
I don't know that I have any inclination to go to Russia.
And I guess that's just real ballsy of me, but I would just go to be like, wow, this is cool. Look at all the ways that they kill their own people. And then also, like, I already talked about how I would have Stalin at my dinner party. Yeah. And I think he's a fascinating guy, and I would love to learn more about him in his home country. And also Lenin and Rasputin and Putin and the other guy that starts with an L. The other guy that starts with an L that I don't know. I don't think so. I think I got them all. But anyway, just the way that and the Bolsheviks and the whole revolution where they went from like communism and fought, and then like all the czars like flood the country, and that's what that one Disney movie's about. With
Anastasia?
Yeah.
That's not a Disney movie.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I was that person. I didn't mean to be that person.
No, it's all right. I've never seen it, but it looks interesting, and that seems cool. And the history of like the czars and them fleeing the country, and then seeing the way that Russia got rebuilt after countless wars, and also killing their own people, like I said, and like how they built up after World War II into the communist nation that they were of the USSR for a while, and then that whole transition from not being super communist anymore, because they're still communist, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Anyway, but so that would be really cool to me too, because I also think the architecture of Russia is cool because it's different, and
Seems plain. I honestly, if there are anyone that's like an expert on Russia or very Russian or knows the history of Russia, please come do a podcast with us, because I don't know enough to even hold a conversation about
Really?
Russia. So I would like to learn.
and I'm part Russian, not a lot, but enough, like enough to be like I'm Russian.
Yeah.
So that's why I think I'm Russian. I don't,
Who knows?
well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
But
I would
I
love
think
to
that
learn
that's
about it,
cool.
because I like you're saying all these things, and I'm like, yeah, I know the animated movie. Like that's it. Like I'm
Yeah.
not as educated as I should be.
hmm
So I would love to have someone sit down and talk about that.
That would be cool. I think. And now you got me thinking of other places I'd like to go, because every time someone asks me a question about where I'd like to travel, I'm always like Greece or Italy.
But I want to go everywhere.
No, and yes, but I think another really cool place to go would be Turkey.
Okay. Oh,
'Cause-
okay.
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 And I would like to go to like Constantinople,
Mm.
because that more interesting history there, from switching from the Byzantine Empire to the Ottoman Empire, and that's from Assassin's Creed Revelations. And I'm just gonna keep throwing these out there because that's how I
Assassin's
learned.
Creed, plug.
Yeah.
Sponsor.
That's how I learned about these cities and these other countries, is from these video games, and that's why I'm so interested in them, because I see them in the video games and in ancient times, and I'm like, wow, I bet that's so cool now, because then the Byzantine Empire changed, and after it was Constantinople. I don't think it's that anymore. It's Istanbul now.
Mm-hmm.
That was when the Byzantine Empire ruled it, and it was Constantinople, and then the Ottoman Empire came in, and they changed it to Istanbul, and they were the ones who fought against us in World War One.
You are like so over my head right now.
I know, and that's why I'm sort of trying to just give you like a crash course on this country. But I mean, Turkey's beautiful also, the marble and everything that they got going on over there. Hey,
Let's go everywhere. We're gonna go everywhere.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you go to Turkey? I don't know if you really thought about it. Again, is that another place that you haven't really thought about?
I've never
visiting?
really thought about going, but honestly, if anyone was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go on a trip here. You want to come?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah! I want to
Yeah.
learn. I want to know your culture. I really adore getting immersed into a culture I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's my favorite part about traveling."
Really?
Yep. You know.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to Rated E for Everything. Make sure you check us out on Facebook under Rated E for Everything, and on Twitter also Rated E for Everything, and on Instagram Rated E for Everything. Also, if you're listening to us on Spotify or whatever,
Subscribe.
listen or follow. But then we're also on Apple Podcast, Buzzsprout.
Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. You can do that. Leave
Yep.
us a review on Facebook. Send us ideas. I think the Twitter is actually at Rated E Pod. Follow
Gotcha.
us there.
Put us on with your friends, because we're on everything, so that no matter what they have, they can listen to us on.
Come talk with us if you want to talk with us. If you have a topic that you really like and you think you should be on this show,
Comment.
let us know.
Yeah, comment on our Instagram or Facebook or Twitter and be like, I want to hear you guys talk about this, because we talk about everything.
Everything.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.